In 2022, a small group of enthusiastic filmmakers created an independent production company. These filmmakers promptly dug their way into the heart of Canadian film, heavily wanted for their creative talents and good looks. If you need to be entertained, if no one else can help, maybe you can hire Fire Ring.
So true, funny how it seems, always in time, but never in line for dreams. Head over heels, went toe to toe.
All right, time to get up.
This is the sound of my soul.
My life's so much better than Jared's. Oh, I'd hate to be him.
But now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. I know this.
So behind the scenes, we're about to shoot this little skit here. Producer Scott, getting ready to run audio. Director Sam, and our actress just arrived.
What is this documentary?
It's about action figures. So that's why it's like a joke, right? Like a joke sketch.
You're the good guy. Yeah, I'm a nerd in my own right.
What is your favorite property?
My favorite. Well, I mean, I'm huge into Monty Python
Right. Okay, that's a good choice. So that's unique.
and Weird Al.
Yeah.
Let's not forget Weird Al. I like your sticker.
Oh, on the back of my phone that nobody can see.
I'm gonna tone it down.
Yeah, as long as I don't blend into the snow, because I am pretty pale.
Okay, this is probably good. Alright, so I'm almost done what I'm doing here. And then so I might need to run this a couple times for my own purpose. Pull it up, Scott. And action, Cheryl. If I brought the slate, that's what we would have called it on the slate too, Cheryl shot. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that looks great, and then she'll back up, yeah.
all that stuff. When did the horror part of it evolve, because this is like a very unique type of action figure. I don't know if I want people knowing that.
That's the difference though, because like you're kind of like protecting it because you
Yeah.
don't want people like steal it or like
Exactly,
you know,
it's
fuck
kind
up,
kind of for me, but
yeah, and like I think I meant more of like people are ashamed of things, because I know like a lot of people like are into wrestling, but like they don't talk about it, like don't talk about being in pro wrestling.
Not like I said, it's filthy because this is where I work, but right.
So do you want to just like kind of point some stuff out? Like, is this the main 3D printer here?
No. So this is my secondary one. This prints in plastic, and so this I'll use for like bases and whatnot. Right now it is not working, but it will be. And that's the thing with these kind of 3D printers, is they're always requiring maintenance, especially the ones that print in plastic. So what this does is it'll draw on this board, and this board moves back and forth, and it kind of just draws in layers and layers as we go up. In plastic, say this thing would have been printed in that, and then but this right here is printed in resin, and that's just glued on here. This is just a horror piece I'm kind of working on, but so my resin printer is this guy right over here.
Cut yourselves off because you feel like you answered the question, and then you're like, now we have to stop talking. It's like, if you have like a good point to say about something, then like absolutely do it. And then we'll also have like a little bit of time at the end where you can, if you have any just additional thoughts in general, you can certainly do that. Nothing that we're asking is bad. It's like, this is going to be like a very upbeat, positive thing about collecting for the most part. So we are 1 week from our big Winnipeg trip, and the guy that we want to film with on the Saturday has not confirmed with me, and it's really stressing me out because we already have hotels booked and stuff, and I think he's just not seen my email, but it's stressful. Like, I really doubt that he's going to turn us away, but at the same time, it's like confirmation would be extremely nice. We're going to a different province. We're driving 6 hours. And like I said, hotels are booked. Like, this thing is locked in. And yeah, it's a week away. And there's potentially a lot riding on this project. Definitely like exposure and what we're trying to do with our YouTube, and constantly putting out quality content. It only works if we're able to actually get the quality content topics to work out on camera. So I'm stressing a little bit for sure, but I'm on my way to sparring right now, and that should help me feel a little bit better. It always does, unless I get my ass kicked. It doesn't happen too often, but on occasion.
So this weekend I've got a special band event. I'm a band teacher, and this weekend's like our division's honor band, where we get a bunch of kids together. We bring in a guest teacher from out of town, and so I'm going to be working into the night on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's fair. You will be missed. We'll have some
I'm going to miss all the fun times.
Just want to give you guys a quick look at what we're working with, because it really is a bare bones setup for all the things that we've done aside from Multi Untalented, which was a co-production. This is just due to the funds that we have, basically. So we have a boom pole and a Comica interviewer mic that has to be rigged up to an old cell phone. It doesn't have a jack that can fit with other things. I bought an adapter and it still doesn't work. So basically the cell phone is our audio recorder 1. Our audio recorder 2 is honestly probably our best piece of equipment. It's an H4n Zoom mic, which is quite good. It's been really great.
We have a Canon EOS 7, which I don't know exactly what year this is from, but it's got to be almost 15 years old, probably, maybe even more. I don't know, but it's not a new camera. We have two lenses, wide angle lens and the regular lens. And then we have a GoPro that's a creator edition. So it's a GoPro with the Volta attachment and the light with diffuser on it. This tripod we've had for years and years, and it's pretty junky, but it gets the job done for the EOS 7. And then over here, this is actually a tripod that is made for cell phones, but it works really well, and we can actually use it for the GoPro with the use of the high-tech creation of the elastic band. So everything that you've seen thus far has been created with this small amount of tech, and then just things are touched up as best we can in DaVinci Resolve. And yeah, that's basically all we've got to work with at this time. And the more funding we get, whether it's government funding or we do something like Patreon, it's going to go back into the company, invest in better equipment so that the productions get better, and we just want to keep growing. Come out to my car this morning and the engine light's on. So we're off to a wonderful start.
Wake up now, I don't wanna feel it. Wish I knew how I could forget for a while. You look like a face under the ocean, and I just might keep on swimming for miles. It's like nothing ever changed. But I know we ain't the
So
same.
what the original plan was for this trip was that we're going to do a profile on someone coming up that's a prominent member of MMA Twitter. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll be training with a gym. But it's kind of in flux right now. We've had a hard time getting in contact with the people that we actually want to go to the gym for. So we're going to see what happens with that.
I mean, and I don't want to be a negative Nancy here, but even if everything didn't pan out, I'm still just in Winnipeg, and I get to watch the UFC. So it's a fun trip regardless. But that's not why we're here. We're here to film stuff.
It's
But
going to turn
gonna
into
be
a
fun
vacation trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Going to come back with like Chanel bags in each hand.
Yeah.
I wonder what you're thinking.
They could not apply for government positions, no matter how hard they work.
Halfway there.
Not even halfway though.
It's never gonna work.
I'm outside.
But yeah, we got the one guy confirmed for tonight, and something might come out of tomorrow. But yeah,
It should be good. I think that the martial arts side of things, I want it to be at this one gym that we've kind of looked into. But if it isn't and we have to go elsewhere, then so be it. And even if we do something entirely different, as long as it's compelling and we get it on film, that's all that really matters, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, we could just walk down Portage Avenue, and I'm sure something.
Just get
something will
robbed.
come-
Just get robbed.
I'm from Manitoba, so I can say Winnipeg's a cesspool.
How would you compare Winnipeg to like the rest of Canada?
I don't know. It just depends on like what you're comparing it to.
Anything good?
Anything good? Well, it's hard because like if I compared Regina to like anywhere good, I would also shit talk Regina. I would shit.
This
talk
is fair.
Saskatoon. Like if you're comparing it to like beautiful BC or like some spots in Alberta, like in the mountains, it's like, well, most places suck. But I don't know, Winnipeg as a whole, it's like okay. It's big. It's kind of confusing to drive around in, but it's got a lot of things and it's got a lot of cool spots. Like Osborne's kind of cool. It's got, I don't know, it's got cool things too, but crime's so bad in it. The crime's getting bad everywhere. I don't know. I'm curious to see, because you're not a like Winnipeg or like, well, neither am I really, but like to get your take on it, because people always kind of, I feel like it's easy to hate on like where you're from.
Yes.
Like I know people in Edmonton who are like, I hate Edmonton, and it's like I like Edmonton.
Edmonton's nice.
Same here, but if you talk to people who are born and raised, like I know a lot of people there, and they're all like, Edmonton's a shithole, and it's like, yeah, well, why don't you try go to Winnipeg?
People have seen a million different hotel videos, though. We don't need to do like a hotel profile, especially for like the Holiday Inn. There's like
Are you
nothing.
recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna tell a fun fact, but it's an off-camera fun fact.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
I think that's the comfiest when you get like those like luxury rooms with like the stripper
Like the
poles
Jurassic
and stuff.
the Jurassic Park room, or
Yeah, like the king bed. I remember we got from. I can't remember what it's called, but me and Larissa got one there, and it was so comfy. King size bed, 100 square miles of footage. Amazing.
I want like a pharaoh bed. Where
Yeah.
It's like shaped like a sarcophagus.
Cool.
And there's like some kind of a pyramid in the room for
But to be
some
like
kind of purpose.
Yeah, but to be like authentic, it's actually shaped to the size of your body. So it's like the most uncomfy sleep. You can't turn or anything.
Look, you're being entombed here. Oh, believe it or not, just got back to me.
No way.
Let's see what he has to say. He said, "Hey, sorry, buddy. Things have been crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to make it work time-wise. We had a seminar planned that day as well, so it wouldn't have been the best." Well, that would have been nice for you to tell me
So
he's got
a seminar tomorrow, then technically?
I guess.
Just say, maybe that'd be an interesting thing to do. Like, what's the seminar? Is there a spot open? Could we go to that? I don't know. Or do you want to just like say no to that and do something else now? Go to a different gym?
So what would have been nice to get that information a couple weeks ago. So what are our other alternatives then?
Like, you know, he's...
Come on!
Goddamn Illuminati, stop listening!
Oh no, now it's recording backwards.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Here we go.
We're all just upset anyway.
It is recorded.
There we go. Now it is. So this is actually, I shouldn't record this. So the situation is basically that our plan was to do the interview with this Steve guy tonight. And I shouldn't say unfortunately, we just haven't heard back from him. He had a medical procedure this morning.
Oh.
And everyone that he talked to was like, yeah, you'll be fine by the afternoon. And he messaged us and he was like, yeah, I feel like shit. I'm going to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hasn't responded.
Oh,
So I have a feeling that he might be like conked out somewhere.
I feel like he's just sleeping.
Yeah.
Like he might just wake up. If it's like it was a procedure with like anesthesia, right? And that can make you kind of like foggy during the day. So he might just be sleeping it off. We're waiting to hear back from him. So
yeah.
For that,
So fingers crossed on that. The other thing is that the gym that we were going to go and film at tomorrow, he got in touch with us like 12 hours before the filming time, basically, to tell us that he can't do it.
Nice.
Yeah, always great.
So very not happy about that, but it was kind of, it sounds like it's a little bit out of his control. I would have liked to have heard back like earlier.
Yeah.
So our options are, if Steve is not feeling good enough to do this tonight, we can bump him to tomorrow, because that's the important one. The gym footage would have been really good, but it's not essential. Like the Steve one is the really important one.
And Steve's still good. We're just
Yeah,
waiting to hear back.
we just might have to finagle times a little bit more. So what we can do tomorrow is we have a few different options.
we were going to do so like we're doing the action figure documentary. There's a few different places that we could go here, like comic stores, and just go scout them out, and if it looks cool, be like, hey guys, do you want to do like a really quick interview, and we'll get some footage of your store and like focus it on this thing. That's one option. There's also the like Osborne Flea Market, which is supposedly awesome. Some people suggested to us. We thought about possibly doing a different martial arts gym, but the issue with that is it's like we don't want to show up at somebody's gym that doesn't know us and be like, hey, can we film you with like us beating your guys' asses here and like put that on the internet?
Or
us.
Could get beat as well. There's that possibility.
Doubtful, but it exists. There was like a story there and stuff.
Gym where we don't know, and it'd be like dojo story.
Yeah, there's like no story behind it or anything like that. And yeah, like we don't know how anyone would react to. You could go in there and they could see cameras and then just try to like take our fucking heads off or something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I've got like a black eye or something, and I'm supposed to film with Brody next weekend.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking we can still make use of the time by doing work on the action figure documentary.
That sounds nice. I mean, like, we could do the action figure thing, like, go to some comic shops. I don't know if you know any here already.
I looked a few online, and there were some that looked pretty cool, so we can do that.
I mean, we can do that, even if it's just for, like, fill-up interviews, like, not actually people collecting, but, like, the store owners, whatever, is talking about people they've talked with and stuff, like, customers.
Yeah.
And I think we could actually hit the flea market and go into that, because if we end up doing the Steve interview, like, later in the day, if the flea market is in the morning especially, like,
All right, I'm gonna pass this to you. By the way, these are super cool. Like when you first turn it on, you turn on that are like super fucking sweet.
Should we stand? Yeah, do whatever you want.
Just
you are the cinematographer now. Now you get a credit. Yes.
I've never had this before either, so this might
Just
end up being
put very little for me, please.
Like that much?
Yes, perfect.
Give me the same amount.
Just tiny little shots is fine. That's a Jared shot. All right, come on over.
Okay.
To Mississippi.
Yes,
they're about the same, right?
They are about the same, yes.
Yes. This one's for me.
Yes.
All right, cheers,
Cheers.
team. Thank you for everybody coming. Here we go.
Could be worse.
It could be better.
I was hoping you were gonna be like, no.
No, it was like. Now it's hitting more. Yeah.
You want your chaser?
Yes.
Your reaction is gonna be immortalized forever.
Immortalized forever.
That's why I drink twisted teas.
Yes, do you want tea?
No, twisted.
Oh, twisted.
So that was one of the things that I was going to say before we get going, is that anything, if you start answering and you're just like, no, I don't like how that sounded, you just start over. Like, it's very low pressure. There's like hardly any stakes. You can take as many takes as you want of things. Don't try to make him laugh while we're talking. Okay. Scott's making like funny faces and stuff. Are you? Ooh.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's the panic attack clause?
It's
the big one. It's the big one.
Well, I have my CPR level 2.
Okay.
As long as we catch it on camera.
Clear!
Don't stop filming. Don't stop filming.
Steven's down. This is even bad. This is gold, Jerry. This is gold.
I had no real hobbies. I had 2 back surgeries. I used to have a love of jiu-jitsu. I couldn't do that. I couldn't work out. So I was just kind of stagnating, like, really. And my kids said, hey, Dad, why don't you try Twitter? And I, whoa, what the hell's Twitter?
Can't remember. Which way did we come? 311?
This way, I think.
Was it? I don't know.
Oh my god, we're falling apart already.
No, I don't think so. I think it was the other way. Other way. Here's the pool.
Oh, nice, I can't wait to play on that Pirate Cove playland.
Yeah.
That's fine. We don't need elevator footage.
Look at the beauty of Winnipeg, you guys.
Beautiful, beautiful Winnipeg.
An hour. Why does that one have a like stop and then that one? Do we have to walk to there and then wait for a second time?
I fucking hope not. I don't know what's going on in this fucking city.
You're like stoplights, merry-go-rounds? What is this confusion?
I'm not having a great time the first hour in Winnipeg.
All right, let's.
Like a north wind whistling down the sky. I've got a song. I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry. I've got a song. I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by.
That's very cool. That's actually really sweet.
But
yeah,
the
German
one,
variant.
Right? That's sweet. It's a sweet cover. That's so sweet.
And I'm gonna go there free. Like a fool I am and I'll always be. I've got a dream. I've got a
The lake, happy birthday, Dad. It is so sweet.
And it ended up in a thrift flea market.
Yeah, we don't know the story now. But there's some great, like, this is kind of creepy.
It's haunted.
Yeah.
Let me see this one. Aw, For the Lake.
For the lake, yeah.
1990. Yeah, that's kind of sad.
And I was like, find me a DC Silver Age for 30 bucks and I'll give you an even 200.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't really have anything. And I was like, okay, I'll give you 300, but throw this in. And it's like, he's like, deal. So I ended up saving I ended up getting it for $40 cheaper than.
I had a lot of these when I was younger, like the gargoyles, like I had that one.
Oh yeah. I actually had that one. I remember having that one.
Oh yeah?
Isn't that a high score, like, by a lot? Wasn't the high score like fucking 1200 or something lame?
No, it was 95-49, and I just beat it.
Oh, that was good though.
Oh, that was above the high score, though, I will say. We've both broken the high score.
The Winnipeg trip, I think, went as well as we were able to kind of deal with. The circumstances changed while we were there,
Yeah,
right?
We rolled with punches and stuff, and you know.
And I really, really wish that we could have done the martial arts gym angle that we wanted to initially, but you know what, stuff happens, and it didn't work out for us this time. But we were able to do the Steve interview, and that was a lot of fun, and I think it came out really well. The reason we wanted to do that, though, is we were trying to, like, that's kind of our first attempt at tapping into MMA Twitter, which is this huge community on Twitter that talks about the fights, and their whole Twitter sphere is basically surrounding MMA. It's not really about much else, which is all I use Twitter for, is MMA essentially.
I had fun.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it went good. The guy we interviewed was, I mean, just as big, if not bigger, MMA fan than both of us.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
huge fan.
And I like seeing people passionate and talking. You know, I like people who are passionate and speaking on the things they're passionate about. I mean, and to have that common interest was like really fun, because it's just a typical conversation. And yeah, I mean, I think we all had knowledge on it, and it was good to just you know, ask a question and he'd be like, and he'd give you like a perfect answer or something so relatable as fans. So I just had fun with it. The whole trip was great. I just had fun, and yeah, there's no real dislikes.
Go ahead. A little bit of a rub. Good. Strategically do this so that it looks like you're sleeping with somebody else in the bed. Okay, what I think is going to look good, just go ahead and sit up. Do it now. And then just give like a little pat to that. Yeah, that's perfect.
Jared's a bit of a demanding director, very strict timelines. Kind of a hard, rugged dude, if I'm being honest.
So we're at Brent's today. Jared wants my help. It's my day off. I don't get this at all, man. You do not need me here.
I swear we spent half an hour just dealing with the color of, is this morning light? Is this mid-afternoon light? Is it too red? Is it too blue? We're just filming a wake-up scene. Like, come on.
Scott, I need you ASAP. Bring the coconut oil and 2 plungers. You'll know when you get here. Brent, the toilet's exploded everywhere. Bring your mop, and also your dog's pretty wet.
It's like he thinks my time is just useless.
There's a lot of pressure to make film work.
Who can I go to, and how long do those processes take to like get something together?
Yeah, so that would take very much longer. Like, it would be shooting the stuff in September. Like, if we go through.
I think one's up and one's, I don't know.
Oh. So like my confidence is pretty shattered right in this second, and just